Hello students, good morning to everyone. I hope you all are well in this lockdown and doing well in your home. Stay in home and stay healthy. Um, in studies we have already finished the chapter 1. Today we are going to start with a fresh chapter, with a new chapter, that is chapter 2, physical and chemical changes. So let's discuss this chapter. Open your book. Now see in the book what's written. Everything around us changes with time. Some changes can be noticed immediately, some others after some time, while some others go unnoticed. Some common changes which occur in things around you are, see here in your book, it's given change in weather, burning of wood, burning of a matchstick, formation of curd from milk, rusting of iron, ripening of fruits. Then here, germination of seeds, growing of height, inflating a balloon, melting of ice, burning of candle. These are the examples of changes which occur around you. So these changes become noticeable due to one or more of the following changes. Like if a substance changes its position, shape or size, then it gets easily noticeable. If it changes its physical state or composition or color, temperature or structure, so there is always a cause for a change. So in this chapter we'll learn something about such type of changes and their how it causes. Okay, like as you can see, classification of changes. No, the first topic of your chapter. All changes are not of the same kind. The changes may be classified in several groups. So, some groups based on the classification of changes are described below. The first change, natural and man-made changes. As the name only suggests, that natural changes means what? It occur in nature on their own. The changes which occur in nature on their own, we call them natural changes. Like we have no control over natural changes. For example, change of day and night, can you control it? No, it happened naturally. Change of seasons, earthquakes, growth of all living things are natural changes. What are man-made changes? The changes which are brought and controlled by man are called man-made changes. So these things you have already studied in standard 7. So you just go through it from your book so that you have a rough idea about these changes. So these are man-made changes. For example, like burning of wood, drying of cloths, preparation of curd from milk, etc. are man-made changes. Now the second classification of changes, fast and slow changes. Now what are these changes? Slow change means what? Changes which occur very slowly over days, right? The changes which take longer time to occur are called slow changes. Months or years it may take. So for example, growth of a tree from a seed a few years, right? Then tooth decay, change of seasons, growth of many, rusting of iron. These are the changes. These are the examples of slow changes. Now what are fast changes? Changes which occur very rapidly in seconds or minutes, we call them fast changes. In your book, what has written? The changes which occur within a very short time, maybe a fraction of second, are called fast changes. For example, occurrence of lightning a few seconds, right? Burning of paper or match, lighting a bulb, bursting of fireworks, these are the examples of fast changes. Now all natural changes such as growing of living things, changing of seasons are slow changes. Now the next topic is desirable and undesirable changes. All changes are not desirable. Desirable changes are those changes brought about by a person or nature that are useful to mankind and environment. Changes caused by natural calamities, rotting of fruits and vegetables, etc., are not useful to mankind, as you all know. So these are therefore classified as undesirable changes. Okay, so in your book it has written, no, the changes which are useful to us is called desirable change, and the changes which are harmful to us are called undesirable changes. One more explanation here I have given in this slide. Those changes which are desired to occur, that is, we want them to take place, are known as desirable changes. For example, ripening of fruits, germination of seeds, etc. Now, what are undesirable change? Those changes which we do not want to take place are called undesirable changes. For example, rusting of iron, souring of milk, rotting of fruits, etc. So these are the examples of undesirable changes. See the examples of desirable and undesirable changes. Like preparation of curd from milk is it desirable changes, and rotting of fruits is an example of undesirable changes. Now pasteurization is given in your book. Now what is pasteurization? So it is a process of heating substances, means here we heat milk. So of heating milk up to 60 to 90 degrees Celsius like this for the purpose of killing harmful organisms such as bacteria, viruses, protozoa or anything. So we call this process pasteurization. And we all know that under ordinary condition milk gets spoiled, like milk gets spoiled in a day or two like this. So the spoiling or souring of milk is an undesirable change, correct, because we don't want it to get spoiled. So this change should be controlled or slowed down to let the milk remain in usable form over a longer period of time. So how we do this? This is done by using a technique called pasteurization. So one scientist named Louis Pasteur. See, by its name only this process, the whole process has been given. So Louis Pasteur has given this process. That is why we name this process pasteurization. So in this technique, milk is heated to boiling and then suddenly cooled. In this process, the milk spoiling microbes gets killed. So the pasteurized milk is then filled in sterilized containers or polypacks. Such pasteurized milk, when packed properly, can remain safe and unspoiled for weeks. One small topic is given, that is periodic and non-periodic changes. Just go through it. As the name only tells that periodic changes means what? Which repeat themselves at regular intervals of time. We call it periodic changes, which are changes which repeat themselves at some regular interval of time, like changing of seasons, then recurrence of full moon and new moon, like this. So these are the periodic changes. Now what are non-periodic changes? The changes which do not repeat themselves at regular intervals of time are called non-periodic changes. For example, occurrence of earthquake. This cannot be repeated at regular intervals of time, right? So that is why these are non-periodic changes, like burning of a fuel, rusting of iron. These are non-periodic changes. Now what are reversible and irreversible changes? See, the changes which can be reversed by reversing the condition is called a reversible change. Like, for example, on heating, ice melts and converts into water. Water on cooling changes into ice at 0 degrees Celsius. So this type of change in which a substance can be brought back to its original form is called a reversible change. A change is said to be irreversible if the substance cannot be brought back to its original form. Rusting of iron and growth of a plant are examples of irreversible changes. Correct? So I hope that you all have studied these things in class 7. Here we are going to revise this one by one. So go through it once. So here we have finished all the classification of changes. Only one classification left, that is exothermic and endothermic, and physical and chemical changes. We are going to discuss that in the next class. So thank you for watching and keep studying in your home. Thank you.